Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got a story out of Pitt County where a man is behind bars facing child exploitation or child sexual exploitation charges. Now on Friday, Denver County Sheriff's Office arrested 35-year-old Michael Van Torres after an investigation found that he had received explicit content of young children through social media, according to warrants. Now, Van Torres is facing 4 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. Warrants reveal that the victims were approximately 6 years old and 13 years old. Van Torres was taken to the Pitt County Jail under a $300,000 bond. Now we turn our attention to the war in Gaza, where Israel is hinting that it will now increase aid flow into the hunger-stricken strip. NBC's Matt Bradley has more from Gaza.
So there's been a really big shift in the way that the Israelis are conducting their war in the Gaza Strip. Just over this past weekend, we heard the announcement of a new operation called Gideon's Chariots. This would be an expansive ground operation, and the Israelis have basically spent the past week tenderizing the ground, launching really an uptick in their normal assault on the Gaza Strip. They said attacking more than 600 targets throughout the Gaza Strip, and the Palestinian health authorities in Gaza, which is ruled by Hamas, have said that hundreds of people were killed, many of them civilians. Now, the operation is basically, the idea is to totally destroy Hamas, but doing so under a different method. Taking and holding ground as opposed to relinquishing it in a rolling operation this time. Benjamin Netanyahu and people in the government have announced that they are going to be taking all of the Gaza Strip and occupying it. In the same time, they're announcing that they're going to be allowing in humanitarian aid for the first time in about 11 weeks. There is a starvation threat in the Gaza Strip now. Aid organizations and advocacy groups have been warning that the Gaza Strip is on the brink of famine and that without aid, they could see a mass famine situation. Now, Benjamin Netanyahu in a statement yesterday said that the reason he did this was because of pressure from allies saying that they couldn't tolerate the prospect of famine in the Gaza Strip. But he did say that even though they will be letting in aid for the first time in a while, that this will be the aid required. And he vowed that it won't fall into the hands of Hamas. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Thank you, Matt, for that report. Very sad. Now, I do need to turn our attention to your weather forecast. Right now, everything looking beautiful and sunny outside. We've got 74 degrees currently with a north-northwesterly wind at about 7 miles an hour, 2 points down from where they were at the end of last week. Back to a more spring-like mid-50s range for those dew points. Again, taking that heat index out of the equation for the time being. Now, of course, we'll most likely see that heat index and the humidity return over the next couple days. We're looking at a little bit more humidity rolling in on Wednesday, which will help power some strong to severe thunderstorms in the afternoon. But right now for today, everything looking dry and calm. Current air temperatures reading in the 70s. We've got 70 degrees in Roanoke Rapids. Well, okay, I thought it was all 70s. And then I looked down towards Beaufort. 81 degrees right now along the Crystal Coast. So most of eastern North Carolina in the 70s currently. But we do have, again, a few areas along the Crystal Coast that right now are reading in the low 80s. Winds currently out of the north to northeast. We'll see that breeze continue to keep humidity in check for today, but winds are going to be shifting as an area of high pressure gradually works its way a little bit further out into the ocean. Now for this afternoon, highs in the mid 80s coming up later on today. Again, mostly sunny skies, going to be pretty comfortable out there because of that northerly wind that we're starting out with. But as 4 hours ago, we've got that warm front sitting further back towards the west, going to be pretty much stalled for today, then starts to get a little bit more motion to it as we head into Tuesday. Now that warm front will help increase the humidity over eastern North Carolina throughout the day tomorrow and then again on Wednesday. But we'll see that cold front, those strong storms roll in as we head through your Wednesday evening to Wednesday night. You'll note that, again, on your screen right here, you're seeing a lot of very strong and heavy storms out ahead of that main frontal line. That is, again, mesoscale convective system that's going to be dying out before it reaches us. That cold front will have enough time to regenerate storms as it rolls into eastern North Carolina later on Wednesday. So right now on your screen doesn't really look like that cold front's really going to be moving a whole lot of moisture. Be patient. Again, with that increase of humidity, it's going to be able to draw on that humidity as it moves over eastern North Carolina, kind of creating its own round of thunderstorms as it approaches I-95. Billy George, bright and sunny in Emerald Isle. Good morning to you, sir. Hopefully, again, you're enjoying your Monday. No, I would be if I was enjoying some bright and sunny conditions on Emerald Isle at this hour. For today, though, 86 degrees, going to feel pretty nice this afternoon. A little bit cooler coming up for tomorrow. You probably won't notice it, though. Overnight lows will start to come up. We will feel a little bit more humidity over the next few days. That humidity goes away again as we head to the end of the week and into the upcoming weekend. 74 degrees on Friday comes with an overnight low in the low to mid 50s, and those low to mid 50s for your overnight lows. That's for Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. It's going to be feeling like spring is still here after our brief dalliance with there over this past Friday and Saturday. For this Friday and Saturday, we're looking certainly more like spring is still with us. Now we will warm up for Sunday and into Monday of next week. But as far as rain showers go, pay attention to Wednesday. Wednesday is a first alert weather day for the presence of those strong to severe storms that will be rolling in late Wednesday evening through Wednesday night. Some of those storms along the coast could still be there early Thursday morning, but I think they'll be, pulling away from the area as we head through your Thursday morning. So if you're not watching along the Outer Banks, likely going to be waking up to partly to mostly clear skies on Thursday. If you are on the Outer Banks, certainly cloudy skies to start the day. By the afternoon, again, you'll be looking at mostly sunny skies and cooler temperatures, but comfortable temperatures. 88 degrees on Wednesday, drops to 79 on Thursday, 74 by Friday. Well, that's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up from the First Alert Desk, coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Monday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.